Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Friday, March 20th, 2026. We're looking at SPX on the daily time frame. We'll look at the VIX. We'll keep this simple and go down to the 65, do our normal analysis. And we're at an extreme area right now. We're at a very, very critical point. I want to point that out. I mentioned in yesterday's video that we are buying. This has not stopped, and we're going to look at that today. But the first thing I want to point out to you, trend, look it up. We're at an extreme level. This is buying pressure, you guys. There's a lot of demand here, and I think we'll get our move starting today. As a matter of fact, because of the VIX, we have a really good chance of ending today green. All right, so which sounds crazy in where we are and how much time we have left, right? So we did some 0-date calls today. That's highly unusual for me, but the setup is there, and so I want to point that out right now. So, all right, here we go. SPX on the daily time frame. I want to get this out to you, and I do believe there was an emergency meeting called for President Trump, so I do think that 1:30 might be a catalyst for something going into 2 p.m. All right, so this is where we left off. We've had this level on here. We didn't tag it yesterday, which I should have thought of as unfinished business, but that's why we talked about those 650 hedges yesterday. Okay, so we're at support, very good level, and what I suspect is that we'll get this nice large move to the upside. Now, for our members videos, I talked about what if something happened a little bit faster for this move, and so we're prepared for a rip your face off rally to happen quick, and a reversal to happen quick as well. So we're doing this video intraday about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. It's $3. And if you want those intricate videos that we go over game plans and very specific trading and analysis and education and direct pathways on what I think is going to happen, we did a video today on all of the major indices and what that might look like going into next week. So I want to see you there. They all come with the Discord and Cheddar data along with dark pools, and those work out nicely for us. Okay, the two other levels that we've been looking at over and over and over on this daily time frame are the monthly EMA, 8 EMA, and the weekly 20 SMA. Okay, those two levels are going to play huge roles. So do we go up here and pause here at the 8 EMA? That is what I talked about yesterday, and then getting a pullback and possibly ripping to the upside here in the 20 simple moving average. So this could happen in two different time frames, and that's what we'll go through on the VIX. Okay, so let's look at some of these indicators. Trend is clearly down, but at extreme, look at the separation between the 20 and price. Moving averages, we have the 8 pushing. We're underneath that 200, so that's going to be important to get back over that 200 moving average, but sustaining over is going to be the key point here if you're bullish. Okay. The McClellan oscillator, positive divergence. We had new lows, higher lows. That's going to create a rally. Positive divergence in the RSI. We're cycled through on the slow stochastic. Now, there's a caveat. We're headed lower on the MACD. Okay, could this break down? Yeah, it could, but I doubt it. All right, this is going to go straight down. If it does, then we're talking about a 1929 initial crash, and then we'll get a huge likely bounce around 2100, and we're not even going to talk about that much further. Okay, because that's not likely to happen. All right, we're at extreme conditions at support. DMARC. All right, DMARC, we have a 6 count. Nothing yet, no setup here. Bollinger Band, yes, pushing on the Bollinger Band, positive divergence. There's our trade in JP Morgan, starting to move there. We're in oversold conditions, positive divergence in the bottom of the band. That's a buy signal. Elliott oscillator, just creeping lower and lower as price goes lower. So no divergence here, just indication of extreme separation on the moving average here. That's what these histograms represent, by the way. All right, let's go over to the VIX. Well, let's see what happens. Let's go to SPY so we can look at that money flow index. Money flow index, still positive divergence. There's accumulation here. Any volume shelf action? Got underneath that shelf, underneath this one. And what's happening right now is you have this this low volume shelf right here. So it's protecting the gap at this point. Let's go to VIX. Okay, this is a big signal. SPX made a low. SPX made another low. SPX made a low. And then today made another low. But look at what the VIX is doing. It's also making lows. Who's going to win here? Is the VIX going to show us that the market should break down extreme crash-like action? Well, then it needs to break out from this 28, from this channel. And here's the moving averages. And hold on to this AEMA. So far it's doing it, but it's not breaking out. So SPX, either has to break down or it needs to get this rip your face off rally. And with that said, the VIX needs to be crushed. All right, so one is going to prove the other pretty soon here. Now, here's what we talked about in the members video. All right, we have a VIX cycle low here. We make a direct low into this cycle low, then we'll be looking for a top in the market. Okay, is that just going to be a real small move? Could be. If the market bounces, it could be your A wave. But we talked about the other case scenario where in the previous videos here in the public, we talked about here 4.8 being a peak in the market as well. So which peak is this going to be in the overall market? That's going to be the telltale sign. Telltale sign. So we'll have to see where the VIX is when we see some things happen. But for now, we're going to see what kind of top we have here coming up into early next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday could be where we get a peak in the market. All right, let's go to SPY on the 65. All right, here's where we left off again. Now SPY, I didn't even look. I don't know why it's different than SPX right now. I don't know if the dividend or something happened, but with options expiration and such. But with SPX, actually, let's look at it. SPX, this wave 1 to wave 3 is perfect. All right, get that out of there. It's just perfect, and we're holding on to the 65.50 area. All right, with positive divergence. On SPY, it's a little different. You have this throwover, and that's why I like charting SPX better. Okay, so here's the situation we talked about. Today, first of all, volume on SPX is huge at the 6,600 area. So I suspect that's where price ends up. But in order to be, green for the day, this rally's got to not only hit 6,600, probably spike through it, get that 20. That's a large move, at the end of the day. But it's possible. I'm telling you, it's possible. And then where it should end off is somewhere around 660, where there's huge volume. Okay, so later going on to earlier next week, we're going to have to see where price is, and we're going to look at these indicators and figure out where it's going to break down and then break out if this is the situation. So, anything could happen. It could stop here and then break down and then break out. But either way, in the longer term, we're going to roll our calls, right? We're pretty short dated on calls. We'll roll them out to the necessary spot, depending on where we are, until we get to our target area, which is right here at 677 and 680. And this could be adjusted. I'm keeping it this low right here, or we can move it. Well, that's not what I want to do. Or you can move it down to the very low right here. And there's a reason why I say that. But if you want to be conservative, now your price targets are a little bit lower. Okay. I'm going to leave mine right here. All right. So 680. Let's look at some of these indicators. And the 20 is starting to move down, so that's going to be the first thing to overcome. But the trend's still down, okay? But we're at support. Just like when the opposite. When we were going up, we were at resistance, but the trend was up. We're looking for a reversal. Here's your moving averages. We already looked at that. You have your 20 here. Your 50 is with this downtrend, so that makes sense to me. And this one can be adjusted in a couple different ways, really. Right here, which is where your 100 is going to be. Then there's also a trend line that you can draw from these peaks here that goes across with the 50 moving or the 50 retracement. And you have your 200 moving average that's starting to curl over. It's going to be an important area, you guys. Here's your RSI. Okay. So we talked about this. Price is going lower. Made a new low. And then a higher low with strength. Positive divergence with the trend at extreme levels. Buying pressure. Buying pressure. All right, we're cycling through here. Once we start to see a cycle and get a buy signal right there, that will be a beautiful thing. For now, it's not giving us that headwind. That's why things are just kind of consolidating at the bottom there. All right, we still haven't hit that MACD lower boundary. Do we have to? No. I thought it was going to, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. That would just be a pure setup on, from my point of view, if it did. Not all of these indicators are going to be a setup. We have our 13 count. We did get that 13 exhaust sell signal. So, excuse me, that's a buy signal. Here we go with the money flow index. We have positive divergence now. We have accumulation. Bollinger Band, yes, we tag the bottom of the band. Positive divergence, that's a buy signal. Elliott oscillator just made a new low here, so it didn't give us any real setup, just in the extreme area. All right, so let's end off with the VIX. And does the market have to do anything? This is quadruple options expiration. So it doesn't need to do anything. No, I could pause right here. But, there is a good chance that we get some sort of spike at the end of the day here. Okay, and for reasons that I just mentioned. Does this go higher and tag up there? It could, but it's just making lower highs right now. Could draw some sort of trend here. That way you get the peak here, you had a fake break. You had a breakdown here, fake break, and breaking down here. So this is a good way to at least draw a downtrend. And then at some point, you could draw it differently too. You could draw it straight down from here. it doesn't really matter. That's one way to draw it too. But either way, you're going to have a downtrend. And so after price starts to move to the downside, it looks like we'll have maybe some sort of larger flag that we can work with. All right. So with this said, we tag down here, we have a trend line. You know, we could spike through here first, or maybe we spend some time here. Whatever the case is, once we get down to these lower levels, we're going to likely see the 50-day moving average here, and perhaps these gaps hold up again on this trend line. So that's where we'll see where price is at the time being, and we'll look for a top in the market coming up here soon. And that's what I got for you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. This was short and sweet. Hope this helps, and we'll see you in the Discord.